But we can say one thing.
Non-stop. Good evening, everyone. This is Shimataji. It's lovely to see people joining together for another of these evenings. So we'll just sit quietly and get ourselves centered. And in as tranquil a state as possible as we can be at the end of the day, just to sit together and think of peace, shanti. It's an elusive thing, peace. It can be easily disturbed and not so easily renewed. So I'll just put the bit of music on again and we'll just get ourselves centered before we raise our kundalinis. This is one of Sri Mataji's strongest recommendations. And we try not to do it automatically, so let's just continue for a few more minutes getting ourselves really comfortable, relaxed. Let all our worries or plans just put aside for a little while. And we'll all try very hard to think of nothing or not think. Yeah. Let's get the photograph up. As people are joining us, we're just settling ourselves down, letting ourselves get centered horizontally, vertically, letting tranquility join us together. Signaling to our busy brains, let's have a rest. Let's cool it, chill, be still, be still. Finding it hard to calm our thoughts down, then it's for your attention, for instance, on Sri Mataji in our Sahasrara, our heart, in our liver if we have to, put our attention on the through the spine, through all our chakras. Anything that takes our attention to is pure energy rather than what our brain and what our mind is saying. Get our breathing nice and slow in and slow out. That helps a lot. Calm everything down. So we can use these minutes if we need to work on any particular chakras or channels. Quieten ourselves down to center ourselves. Let's not struggle too much. Let's be happy that we've got this great family we're part of, happy that we're such a collective, even though we're in space and in ethers. Happy that you've got your realization. There's much to be happy and grateful about, as I'm sure you all know. Is that a phrase to be lighthearted? Let's please raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in Bandhan. Let's put all our attention together. Push it up to the Sahasrara. Push through our thoughts, through our conditionings, through our thoughts of time and space and place. And that's where we're going to sit in meditation, in the Sahasrara. So one thing we can put our attention on today is that today is the day which is celebrated everywhere in India, by such yogis and others, when Sri Ganesha was created. So it's his kind of birthday. So we can in ourselves salute Sri Ganesha. Ganesh, and I'll play his mantra that we can, in our own way, tune in.
Ganesh Saksha Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
So as probably everybody knows, Sri Ganesha was created to protect Parvati, his, quotes, mother, as she was bathing. And from then on he's gone to become a powerful force in overcoming the obstacles in our lives. And although he sits down the Muladhara, he's like the Chancellor, if you like, he's also can be present in every chakra. So we can have the innocence of our actions, the innocence of our thoughts, the innocence of our words. So we're very fortunate that when he's awakened within us, we can feel it, rather than just looking at an idol and just chanting mantras to him. So we can just say, happy birthday, Sri Ganesh, and thank you for taking care of us all. So just a couple more minutes quietly. And we can put our attention on Sri Ganesha for a few minutes in whatever way we want to overcome whatever obstacles we need, or to help us grow in any particular way, or to help us in chakras anyway. Some think of Ganesha as a child, type smaller, dancing along next to us, or he can be huge. Easily overcoming many obstacles physically as well as spiritually and mentally. Probably his most important quality, at least in my mind, is his innocence. Because if that can go into all our chakras, into all the areas of our life, our work, family, what we do, we become very, very clear and powerful. Okay, so what happened?
But we can say one thing, that, at least from my experience, I feel that in the beginning, whatever starts in a small way, in a struggling way, really is embedding itself nicely into the Mother Earth. And it's a very good sign, because that's the way it always works out better. Whatever is frivolous or whatever is cheapish or which spreads out without much difficulties is of no use. It's like grass, anybody can take it away. So the embediment and all that has to go inside, as you are shaking it nicely to go inside. And that's what it is, where you should be very happy that it is working out that way. Somebody has come? Let him come. Come along. Yeah. So the beginning of Sahaja Yoga may look to be little shaky, may look to be little feeble, but it is not. It is getting stronger and stronger. And it is getting embedded into the Mother Earth. And that is what is the test of you being the real seekers. You being the people who want truth, who do not want a big show, big sort of a community sitting there all going mad with some sort of a shouting, screaming and nonsense. As it is, Sahaja Yoga is a living process, and it grows both ways, upwards and downwards. In the beginning it grows more downwards, and in the downward process we have to depend on our vibrations very much. We must all the time remember that we are realized souls, that we have got vibrations. This is the way we have to judge. This is the way we have to understand. The vibration is the only way that we know others, not by something. You will feel that a person looks very sweet and nice, and may a snake come out of that person. So best is to judge a person through vibration. Judge everything through vibrations, not through your own understanding or superficial methods of judging others. Now, there are also so many conditionings we have got by which we judge others, and these conditionings can also bias our judgment. So best way is to see the vibrations. Through vibrations you will have the real knowledge about what is happening. Now, many people in the beginning also start misguiding. So best is to develop your vibrations. For that you have to grow inward first of all. If you grow inward deeply, then what will happen? That outward growth will be very solid and would be exact. You won't have any problems with that. But if you do not grow inward, if you do not meditate and pay attention to it, and I would say it is more the dedication that you have that works out so well, that you grow upward so well. I mean, you can give a speech whenever you want about Sahaja Yoga, you can give realization to people whenever you want, you can cure people whenever you want. But first there should be a depth in you. If that you have not achieved, you just start superficially doing something, then maybe you are hit, or maybe you are in trouble, or maybe you may start doubting yourself, maybe Sahaja Yoga too. So the first thing is for us to grow deeply. And while we are growing deeply, we have to also grow in such a manner that we understand our vibrations clearly. Now see, a root of a little plant has got a very small little cell at the base of it. And the plant doesn't know anything as much as that little cell knows, because it is going inside by its own intelligence, its own vibrations. Now, if it finds a stone, it doesn't go and quarrel. So don't fight with the people who are stonies. Just don't argue with them. You cannot make them understand. It's not possible. They have to be seekers and soft, like the soft clay, you can say, through which this little cell goes, penetrates. Then it finds, supposing it finds a big stone. Then what, it goes round and round and round. So gives it a bandhan nicely and goes down. Later on, when it becomes a tree, he uses this stone for its, you see, for its support. So in the same way, you can go round and round and round somebody like that, but giving just bandhan without saying anything in your heart, not saying, arguing with him anything, because you will break your head, but he will never be all right. So best is not to argue with him, but just give him bandhan in your heart and somehow bind it, so that later on, you see, he will become Sahaja, but will be a big support to us because he's such a stone. See, just now you soft people, people who are easy people, people who are seekers, who are not so complicated. Our main responsibility is all the time.
That's another one. So let's stay quietly. The volume was the highest I could get it, so it didn't seem to have that much volume. So this evening the message from Shri Mataji was something we've all heard before. Which is to learn to trust the vibrations that we feel, which means we have to get ourselves pretty cleared so that we can feel accurately what the vibrations are of anything, anyone, any person, any situation, anything, any event. Because basically she was saying we should judge everything on vibrations. That everything has got vibrations. And that's how we should live our lives. I think this is probably one of the biggest challenges. We're so used to our thinking looking at someone, as she said, who looks nice or not nice, who looks horrible, and judging by appearances or what we hear, rather than on Param Chaitanya. And Srimataji talked about growing down, growing in depth within us. That's what we have to try and achieve. So although our attention is above us, on our Sahasrara, we grow down into our depths, into our center. And we all know what it means to be a deep person or to think deeply. I think we need to spend these few minutes in feeling our way to becoming deep, letting our consciousness go deep. I think Srimataji mentioned that if we let ourselves grow upwards, that means we can be accomplished in what we do, in our actions, our speech, our words. But the real growth before all that has to be within and deep. So we can sit quietly for a few minutes, seeing what we find, what we can overcome if it's an obstacle, what we can surrender to our spirit, our true self. And become deep, deeper Saj Yogis. And quite possible as we go deeper, we can also feel the vibrations on our Sahasrara. We can feel the Kundalini moving, through our chakras, up the spine, up the Sushumna, through our heads, through the top of the head. And there we can feel these beautiful vibrations that the Kundalini creates as she flows out of our being, and where we have our yoga and where we can join together. But also our attention could be going deep into the void, deep into the Nabi. Deep into the Svadhisthana and down to Ganesh. So let's try and do this movement down as well as up with our attention. To keep our attention as much as we can in our Sahasrara. Open like a lotus, enlightening the 1,000 petals. So in our depths we can ask ourselves if we've found wisdom, detachment, pure love. And Shrimataji mentioned that word of dedication. Dedication to grow upward and downward. And if we grow now upward, put our attention upward, through the Sahasrara, up into the heavens, that's where we all unite. That's where we may be sitting in ones or twos, but if we all put our attention up in Sahasrara, then that's where we all join together in our yoga. Become one wave of energy. And it's not just dedication to Shrimataji, the energy of Shrimataji, to her wishes, but also to our spirit, to ourselves, to our true selves. And ourselves being able to grow into becoming that pure energy of the spirit. So let's try and keep our attention in Sahasrara all together. just again, let's check where our attention's gone. And let's bring it back to Sahasrara. And let's unite and become one in our Sahasrara. Let's just keep our attention up, because in some way we can be connected through the Param Chaitanya, by the Param Chaitanya. Through the ether. And us growing deeper also leads to what Srimataji called the gravity of the Guru. I'll just end with the Guru mantra. Which you can let those vibrations flow through us. So now let's please raise our kundalinis and put on our bandha. So I hope we all had a refreshing evening, a united evening, a collective evening, and thank you for joining me. So I wish you all a very good night, and until we meet again, Jai Shri Mataji.
Bye.